We're going to start today by copying down everything from this video. So please take out a piece of paper and pause the video and just write 2.2 properties of equality. So there's a lot of properties that you need to know in geometry that are actually from algebra. And the first one is known as the addition property. And this is the addition property of equality, but I'm not going to write down of equality every single time. Basically, the addition property says if A is equal to B and C is equal to D, then, so you can see it's like an if-then, A plus C equals B plus D. So that's just like saying if A plus C, if we have A plus C, it has to equal B plus D. Okay, so an example of that might be something like if I have, let's say that x minus 3 is equal to 8. That's kind of like your A and your B. And then let's just say that C and D are both 3. They're both equal to 3. And so if I take A and add C to it, which I said was 3, and then take B and add 3 to it, which was the C, I would end up getting that x equals 11. So you're actually doing this every single time that you are solving an equation. You're taking something that you start with and you're adding the same thing to both sides. So that's just the addition property of equality. And the rest follow very similarly. So we have the subtraction property of equality. And that's just going to start the same exact way. So if A equals B and C equals D, then, and yes, I do want you to write these down, then this time though, A minus C, so that's A minus C is going to equal B minus D. And I'm guessing you can figure out what the multiplication and the division property are going to be. So multiplication, remember, to get the full credit, you need to write all of this out. If A equals B, then AC equals BC. Division property. If A equals B, then A divided by C will equal B divided by C. And then we have the substitution property. If A equals B, then either A or B may be substituted for the other. And we've done that in algebra as well. Okay? Now, these next three that you're going to need to know are a little bit more involved. Okay, so we have reflexive. We're going to use these a lot in geometry. And reflexive just is a statement like A equals A. So I think of this one as like you're looking in a mirror and you see yourself. Okay, so it could be like angle D is congruent to angle D. It could be line segment AB is congruent to line segment AB. So something is congruent or equal to itself. Then we have symmetric. And this says if A is equal to B, then B is equal to A. So that kind of makes sense. That's like the symmetry of it. Okay, so that would be maybe like if my sister is Marissa, then Marissa is my sister. So it's just what an idea of that would be. Okay, and then transitive is this one. starts out the same. If A equals B, and, actually there shouldn't be an eraser mark there, or there shouldn't be a comma there, and B equals C, then maybe you can figure out what it's going to be. So if A equals B, then B, and B equals C, then it's almost like these two middle guys cancel, then A equals C. That's the transitive property. So that's like if I said, I have the same eye color as my father has the same eye color as my grandfather, then I have the same eye color as my grandfather. So it's like that middle person kind of gets canceled out. Okay? And so let me give you an idea of how to use these in properties of congruence. Okay, so if we're dealing with reflexive, I already told you about this. An example would be AB, line segment AB is congruent to line segment AB. How about symmetric? That would be, for example, if angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, then, so remember this is the one where I talked about my sister. If Marissa is my sister, then I am her sister. So then this is going to be then angle 2 is congruent to angle 1. Okay, and then transitive. So this is the one where I use the eye color. So if line segment AB, for example, I could use angles, is congruent to line segment CD, and CD is congruent to line segment EF, then AB is going to be congruent to EF. So that's how you would apply that. And then the final property is the distributive property. And that you should know from algebra. And it just says that if I have A multiplied by B plus C, then you know that that's going to be AB plus AC. Okay, so let's just try a couple of examples. And I just want you to state what the property is of the ones that we have learned. Okay, so number 1. Angle P is congruent to angle P. Okay, so I actually am going to write a couple of them down. Here's the next one. Line AB is congruent to line MN, or I should say if. And MN is congruent to line XY. Then, first of all, what's going to happen, and also name the property. Okay, how about if I say if RS is equal in measure to TW, then TW is equal to RS. So give me that property. X plus 5 is equal to 16. Then, and that should say if, X equals 11, and name that property. Okay, and let's do one more. Tx plus w equals 70, and w equals 3x, then 2x plus 3y. Did I say 3? Sorry, 3x. Equals 70, name that property. Okay, so I'd like you to take a few seconds, pause the video, try and answer each of these, and then we will go over them right away. So once you unpause it, the first one is something equaling itself. That's reflexive. The next one is like an A equals B, a B equals C. Therefore, AB, line segment AB would be congruent to line segment XY, and that is transitive. Okay, if RS equals TW, then TW equals RS, that is symmetric. What's happening here? In this problem, we are subtracting 5 from both sides, so that is subtraction. And in this problem, you may not have realized it, but 3x is being substituted in for y to make the 3x here. So this one is substitution. Okay, so please check your homework, but this was just the first part of it. Thank you.